Good morning, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. I hope you all are fine and studying properly. Today, in this video, I am going to start a new chapter, very interesting and very important chapter for class 10 ICSE Physics. Radioactivity. Very important chapter, very new chapter, different from the other chapters. What new is there? Everything is new here. You may not have understood many things, so need an explanation for these topics. So I am going to start few topics for this chapter. First of all, we'll start with atoms. You must be knowing, thinking also, sir, why you are writing atoms? You are starting radioactivity chapter of physics. Atoms come in chemistry. They are interrelated. If you talk about atoms, students, atoms have this kind of structure, right? Approximate, we have considered this kind of structure. This center part is known as nucleus. Nucleus. It consists of neutron and proton. And the orbits, these are all are called orbits or shells. Orbits or shells. Where electrons used to rotate. Electrons rotate around this orbits or the circular path. Why they rotate? Because electrons are lighter in weight. Protons are heavier. You may have studied in chemistry. So, I am not going to deal with those things. Just I am giving the hint how the atoms are there and what parts are there. If atom is there, then obviously atomic number will be there, students. Atomic number, which is represented by Z. Now, atomic number, how do we find? Then you will say, sir, the number of electrons or the number of protons, that number is known as atomic number. You are right, somewhere you are wrong also. The most prominent way to find the atomic number is not the number of electrons. We have to go through the number of protons. Both are same. But why I am saying? Because protons are heavier. Protons are heavier and electrons are very lighter. So we should believe to the existence of the proton, and the number of protons itself give us the idea for the atomic number. So the atomic number is equals to number of protons. Okay. Mass number. Mass number. Mass number is represented by capital A. And capital A is equals to number of neutron plus number of proton. Okay, students? This information you must be knowing, but I have told you one more time so that no confusion I want further. Now I am coming to the types of atom, where this chapter will start radioactivity. Atoms types. One is stable, second is unstable. Okay, students? Stable nucleus and unstable nucleus, or stable atoms or unstable atoms. Very important to know, then only we can understand radioactivity. Which elements are radioactive, which elements are not radioactive. Okay? So a stable nucleus, where number of neutron is equals to number of proton. Examples. Suppose if I write carbon 6 and 12. Then atomic number is equals to how much? 6. First class. Mass number is how much? 12. First class. So neutron plus proton is equals to 12. Correct? Correct, students? So number of neutron will be equals to 12 minus proton, that is 12 minus 6, that is 6. Atomic number is also 6. Number of neutron is also 6, or we can say number of proton and number of neutron both are same. Correct? So these are called stable atoms or stable nucleus, and these are not radioactive. These are not radioactive. What is radioactive? That also we will explain. I hope it is clear, students. I have started with the atoms, then I told about the few informations important which you know already. Then I came to the type of atoms where we have to understand this chapter, the beginning of this chapter. I told you stable. Stable nucleus are those where number of neutron is equal to number of proton. Generally what happens. But unstable nucleus, very important, where number of neutrons are far more than the number of protons. Suppose I write example, carbon only. If we are taking this particular nucleus of carbon, then number of neutron is equal to how much? 14 minus 6. 8. It means number of neutron is greater than number of proton. Number of neutron was 8 and proton is 6. So these kind of nucleus where the number of neutron is greater than the number of proton, such nucleuses are called unstable nucleus, and those nucleus are radioactive. Radioactive. So I told you the condition where the elements will be radioactive, where it won't be. Now I will try to make you understand what is radioactive elements actually and why they are called radioactive. What special characters are there in that elements so that we call them radioactive. Let's see that. So now students, we will try to understand why do we call unstable nucleus a radioactive nucleus or radioactive element. Why it is called radioactive? Radioactive. Okay, so let me tell you, the unstable nucleus where neutrons are greater than protons. One another example I am taking, uranium 92 238. You can see here the proton is equal to 92 and neutron is equal to 238 minus 92. How much it will be? 6. And this will be how much? 146. So neutron is far more than the proton. So this kind of elements, this kind of nucleus where neutrons are very big number as compared to the protons and electrons, so they go for few of these particular things. Spontaneous emission. Spontaneous emission. Spontaneous emission of what? Some of the radioactive rays. These radioactive rays are decaying continuously in search of stability of the atom. So that's why it is called radioactive element, and this happens naturally, students. Alpha or beta and gamma. Alpha or beta and gamma. It means either alpha or gamma or beta or gamma. Alpha and beta can't be emitted together. Are you getting? Spontaneous emission will be taking place here in search of stability, and this process continues till the element will have the unstable nucleus within it. Understood? Okay, So unstable nucleus where the neutrons are greater than the protons, so they are going through spontaneous emission and they are decaying alpha, beta, gamma, these active rays. These are called rays and these are only called radioactive rays. Radioactive rays. Okay. Now question comes, many questions are there in this. You can say, sir, what happens when alpha is emitted or beta is emitted or gamma is emitted from the nucleus? And do we have any kind of problem if the temperature or the pressure or anything increases? For example, suppose you have the nucleus of this uranium only and you increase the temperature. Will it have any difference in the decaying alpha, beta, gamma? Answer will be no, no change. Reason? It is independent of. It is independent of any physical or chemical change. Okay, students? Any physical or chemical change will not affect this radioactive emission. So, the emission or the decaying of this nucleus will continue. I hope it is clear. Spontaneous emission takes place of different alpha, beta or gamma rays, which is continued until the element is not completely stable. Okay? And we will have no effect of the physical or chemical changes on this emission of the radioactive elements. Am I clear? Try to understand what are alpha particle, what is beta particle and what is gamma particle. And we'll also understand when alpha emission takes place, then what changes in the nucleus, beta emission takes place, then what changes in the nucleus, and when gamma emission takes place, then what changes in the nucleus. So now students, we are going to understand what is alpha particle, what is alpha emission, what changes in the nucleus when alpha particle comes out. First of all, student, what is alpha particle? Alpha particle is the having the nucleus where the atomic number is 2 or atomic mass is or atomic mass number is 4. It is also resembling the nucleus of helium. That's why helium is also known as alpha particle. So atomic number will have 2 and atomic mass or the atomic mass number will be called 4. This particular arrangement or this particular setup or this particular values when the element is having, then it is called alpha particle. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4 like that. Okay. Okay. Now what changes in the atomic nucleus or the radioactive nucleus when alpha particle is coming out? You will have definitely the questions based on this. You can see I have taken a parent nucleus X. We have a parent nucleus here, students, where I have taken the atomic number 90 and our atomic mass or the mass number is 235. Okay, and we have got the information that alpha particle is coming out from this, decaying from this element. Okay, alpha particle has come out. And while coming out, energy will be also released. How much energy will be released, that we will discuss later on. What changes in the new nucleus, that is daughter nucleus? It is called parent nucleus. Parent nucleus. It is called daughter nucleus. Strange. You must be thinking, sir, why sun is not called? You can call it. But in book it is written daughter nucleus. So when the parent nucleus is broken and alpha particle is coming out, the changes you can see, the atomic number decreases by 2. Decreases by 2. An atomic mass is also decreases by 4. Atomic number, conclusion we can write, Z decreases by 2 and it is decreasing by 4. So this is the change when alpha particle coming out from the nucleus. Okay, I hope it is clear, no problem. Now we'll try to understand what is beta particle, and when beta particle comes out from the nucleus, then what changes takes place. Now students, we'll go for beta particle. You can see beta particle is represented like this, and it is having a nucleus in this way, where here it is -1, here it is 0. What is meaning by that? We will come to know about the beta emission later on. Beta is also known as fast moving electron. What it is called? Fast moving electron. And hence it can be represented by like this also, electron sign. Now question comes that when beta particle is coming out from the nucleus, what changes takes place? And what is the mass of this electron? Can we define the mass of this electron? No, we can't. Now question arises, you may ask, sir, generally we find the mass of the electron, but here you are relating with the beta, you are saying that fast moving electron is there, then why the mass of this electron can't be defined properly? Reason? You must go through the Einstein equation. Which one is that? E is equals to mc square. Now what he has given in his explanation, he said that when any body or any particle is moving very fast, very fast, generally it doesn't happen. The mass of any object is always stable. Weight changes but mass does not change. But he said in his theory, when a particle moves at a very high speed, near to the speed of light, in that case that particle's mass can be varied. Strange but true. And hence a fast moving electron cannot have a constant mass, and hence we cannot go for its mass. Clear? Now beta emission. When beta emission takes place, what happens and what changes takes place in the nucleus of the atom? So we can find, first of all, see, it is having 92, it is having 235, and when beta particle comes out, you can see the daughter nucleus is having the atomic number 93 and the atomic mass is same as it was. So we can simply say only atomic number increases by 1. An atomic number has no change. Okay? Beta emission is also clear. Now students, I have explained whatever important feature I found in the beginning of this chapter. Many things are still to be discussed. When gamma emission takes place, what happens? No changes takes place in the nucleus. Verbally I am telling you. Now you have the work to do. You have to go through the alpha, beta and gamma particles properties. Characters, very important. Okay students? And now I have also told you that radioactivity is independent of all the physical and chemical changes. It means The radioactivity is not an atomic phenomenon. Radioactivity is a nuclear phenomenon. It originates from the nucleus only. These are the important topics. Please go through all these points. And whatever I explained, do you have any doubt? Then you please write in the comment box. I will always welcome your doubts and I will try to answer your doubts. Till then, keep revising, keep practicing and work hard. All the best.